My fiance's mom made me take a husband training course. After I completed it, my fiancée dumped me, said I was too perfect, and she wanted more of a challenge. Now her new challenge is in jail for fraud, and they want me to bail him out. I'm going to tell this exactly how it happened, because if I don't get it out somewhere, I'm going to lose my mind. 3 years ago, I met Sarah at a friend's barbecue. She was funny, smart, and made me forget how to speak properly. The first 6 months were perfect. She left silly, sticky notes on my coffee maker, made gym playlists even though she hated my music, and always stocked my favorite snacks in the pantry, complete with little arrows showing where she put them. Then I met her mother, Linda. Linda ran a women's empowerment group called The Standard and had strong opinions about everything. At our first dinner, she pulled out a notebook and started taking notes on my relationship philosophy. I laughed, thinking it was a joke. It wasn't. Red flag number 1. Ignored. 8 months later, I proposed. 2 days after, Linda told me about a course her church offered. Husband training. 6 months long, every Sunday. Essential skills for modern husbands. I said, no thanks. I'm 32. I've lived alone since 19. I can manage. Sarah called crying. Her mom was disappointed. If I really loved her, I'd invest in our future. I should have walked away right then, but I was in love and stupid, so I agreed to attend one session. First day, church basement, folding tables, fluorescent lights, a whiteboard that said, "Welcome, future husbands." 4 other guys sat there, all looking like hostages. We exchanged numbers and made a group chat. All of us were engaged to women in Linda's circle. Leaving the course could ruin the relationships, so we stayed, documenting everything. Linda and her co-instructor Patricia handed out binders, thick ones. Module 1, scheduling. We had to keep shared Google calendars and get approval from our future mothers-in-law before planning personal time. I sent Linda an invite for my gym slot. She declined it. Family breakfast is more important. I decided then to finish the course and record everything. Texas is one-party consent, so I made it clear I was recording. Linda even said they recorded sessions for quality assurance. Perfect. Module 2, financial transparency. They wanted bank passwords, ours, and the mother's-in-law's for accountability. I said that was insane. They marked me resistant to transparency in red pen. Module 3, emotional availability. We role-played supportive conversations. My scenario: your wife is upset because her mother criticized her cooking. What do you say? I said. I tell her her mom's opinion doesn't matter. Wrong. The correct answer: would it help if we invited your mother so I can learn her recipes? I thought I was hallucinating. Module 4, conflict resolution. The 3-strike system. In any disagreement, you get 3 chances to speak. If she still disagrees, you drop it and trust her wisdom. I asked, what if she's wrong? Linda said, love means trust, not correction. Module 5, social boundaries. Wife could have male friends, go on trips, attend happy hours, all encouraged. When I asked if husbands got the same, Patricia laughed. That's different. Women need support systems. Men provide stability. I wrote that down word for word. Meanwhile, Sarah started mentioning a new tennis friend, Derek. Then networking events. Then mindset growth. I didn't think much of it. I was just trying to survive the course. Module 6, final assessment. Plan a mock anniversary weekend with full mother-in-law approval, budget, itinerary, everything. I nailed it. Color-coded binder, backup plans, receipts. Linda held it up like Simba. This is a husband who gets it. I smiled and made a note of the date. 2 weeks later, graduation. Country club ballroom, cupcakes, stock photo slideshow of smiling men doing chores. Each guy gave a speech thanking Linda. My turn. Thank you, Linda and Patricia. This course taught me a lot. What conditional love looks like, what manipulation disguised as standards sounds like, and that I'd rather be single than live asking my wife's mother for permission to go to the gym. Dead silence. That I told them I'd recorded every session, every absurd rule, every double standard, all legally with consent. Then I held up the certificate, tore it in half, then again, and dropped it in the trash by the cupcake table. Sarah, I love you. I said, but I'm not doing this. If you want a partner, call me. If you want to puppet your mom, can control, find someone else. I walked out. Next morning, Sarah texted, "We need to talk." That afternoon at the coffee shop, she looked wrecked. "That was humiliating," she said. "You embarrassed yourself for 6 months." We talked for hours. She said her mom was just trying to help Dot. I said her mom was trying to control. Finally, she said, "I need to think about things." 3 days later, I got a text. "Sarah, I've been thinking. You did everything they asked. You became exactly what they wanted, and now you're too perfect. You proved you could be trained, and that's exactly what I don't want. I need someone with more edge, more challenge. Someone unpredictable." I just stared at my phone. Me? So now I was being dumped for passing her mom's training too well. Me. If you didn't want me to do it, you should have said no from the start. Sarah, the fact that you went along with it for 6 months just to prove a point feels manipulative. Me. You cried and said I didn't love you if I didn't do it. Sarah, I needed you to fight for us, not against my family. Me. Your family made me ask permission to go to the gym. Sarah, then you should have walked away after month 1. That's not what I want in a husband. Me. You're right. We're done. Best of luck. A month later, my friend Jake sent me a screenshot. Sarah on Instagram at a concert with some guy. The caption, "Finally found someone who keeps me on my toes, red heart the tag at Derek Mindset." I clicked his profile. Bio said, "Entrepreneur, mindset coach, unlock your potential." Posts full of financial freedom, quotes, gym selfies, rented sports cars, and client success screenshots. I scroll back. The first photo of them together? 5 weeks before my graduation. That night she told me it was a girls' night. So she'd been seeing him during the course. Already planning her exit. A couple months later, Derek launched a new program, the Challenge Method. $5,000 upfront, $500 a month after that. Revolutionary mindset meets financial strategy. Sarah reposted it. "So proud of you. Babe Red Heart." 3 months later, Derek got arrested. Fraud point 11 p.m. Tuesday, Linda called. I ignored it. Then again. Then Sarah. Then a text. "Please answer." Emergency. I called back. "Linda, Derek's been arrested." Sarah's devastated. "Bail is $15,000. We don't have that kind of cash right now. You're good with money. Please, can you help?" I actually laughed. "Let me get this straight. Sarah dumped me for being too perfect after completing your insane course. She said she needed a challenge. She found one. And now her challenge is in jail for fraud, and you want me to bail him out. Linda, she made a mistake. She knows now. Yeah, she can deal with it. Not my circus, not my monkeys, and definitely not my $15,000. I hung up, blocked the number. Sarah left a 2-minute voicemail, crying, apologizing, deleted. Next day, a number I didn't recognize called. I picked up, thinking it was work. "Hey brother," a voice said. It was Derek, calling from jail. Some people didn't put in the work and got mad at the results. The state's making it a big deal. I just need bail to get my lawyer straight. Why are you calling me? Linda said you might help. Sarah says you're stable and responsible. That's funny. She left me because I was stable and responsible. She wanted a challenge. You're the challenge. Enjoy it. Hung up. Blocked. Our husband training survivors group chat lit up. Marcus posted, "Yo, anyone see Sarah's new boyfriend got arrested?" I sent the article. Local man charged with operating fraudulent coaching business. It said Derek had been running multiple mentorship scams for over a year. $80,000 taken from 40 clients who never got what they paid for. Marcus, Sarah said she wanted challenge. Guess she found one. Challenged by the law. Bran, Linda called my fiancé too, asking for bail money. All of us. Absolutely not. A few days later, someone posted in Linda's The Standard Facebook group asking what happened to Sarah. Comments exploded. Some defended Linda. Others brought up that guy who gave the speech at graduation. Then someone shared an audio clip from one of the sessions. When the clip leaked of Linda saying, "Wives get freedom, husbands get supervision," her group imploded. Comments flooded in. Women saying, "My husband told me this was weird. And is this what we're teaching our daughters?" More clips followed. The bank passwords, the 3-strike system. Within a week, the standard collapsed. Half the members left. Some even apologized to their partners. Linda's church asked her to step down 2 weeks after Derek's arrest. Marcus called me. Dude, check the news. Second arrest. Sarah. She wasn't just Derek's girlfriend. She was his partner. She'd managed payments, built the website, and recruited victims from her mom's group. The DA said she'd lured at least 8 women using her trusted daughter of Linda image. Linda called from another number. Did you know? No. Just saw the article. They arrested both of them. Bail's $15,000 for Derek, $20,000 for Sarah. I don't know what to do. Linda, I can't help you. If you two had stayed together, this never would have happened. Are you blaming me for Sarah committing fraud? She's 29. Silence. Then she whispered, this is my fault. Of course. I told her you were too safe. I'm sorry, Linda, but I can't fix this. Click. Over the next year and a half, Derek took a plea. 3 years in prison, 5 years probation. Sarah fought it, claimed she was manipulated. The jury didn't buy it. 2 years in prison, restitution, probation. Linda sold her house to pay legal fees and restitution. The standard was gone for good. About a year later, I got a letter from Sarah apologizing, admitting she'd let her mom control her, that she'd become exactly what she mocked. I didn't respond. Linda sent 8 pages of real apology. Therapy had made her realize her empowerment movement was about control. I kept that 1.6 months later, I met Rachel in a bookstore. She couldn't reach a book. I grabbed it. My hero, she said, sarcastic. Instant connection. We've been together a year now. Her mom minds her own business. I still have all the recordings, just as proof I wasn't crazy. A few months ago, a lawyer asked to use them in a civil case linking Linda's tactics to Derek's scam. I gave him over. The case settled. Linda's legally banned from ever running a coaching or counseling program again. The guys from husband training are all doing great, married, engaged, or happy. No one's asking permission to go to the gym anymore. Sarah's still serving her sentence. Derek's out on probation. Linda works quietly at a library now. And me? Rachel and I are moving in together next month. Peaceful, normal, happy that I don't need permission to go to the gym, that I don't need mother-in-law approval for my schedule, that I don't need to hand over my bank password. Sometimes I think about the version of me who said no in month 1. He'd be married to Sarah, miserable, asking Linda for permission to see friends. Instead, I'm here free with someone who doesn't think I need training to be worthy of love. Sometimes the good guys win. Not because we're perfect, but because we documented everything and stood our ground. TLDR. My fiance's mom made me take a 6-month husband training course that was really control disguised as partnership. I recorded everything legally and with consent, exposed it at graduation, and walked out. My fiancée dumped me for being too perfect. Her new challenge was a con artist running fraud schemes, with her as his business partner. Both were arrested and jailed. Her mom asked me to pay $35,000 in bail. I said no. My recordings later helped victims in court. The program got shut down permanently. Now I'm dating someone whose mom isn't insane. Life's good. Update 1. Why stay 6 months? Love makes you stupid, and I wanted documentation. Leaving early would have meant no proof. The recordings helped fraud victims later, so it worked out. Yes, this was real. These kinds of courses exist in churches, family circles, and coaching programs. Update 2. Timeline. Sarah started seeing Derek around month 3. By module 5, they were already together while I was still finishing the course. I was too busy documenting the madness to see it. Turns out, 2 other guys from our class got cheated on too. The program didn't just fail, it destroyed relationships by teaching that control equals love and that boundaries mean weakness.